Limited speed is 60 kilometers.
Okay, hey guys, this is Martin from howtomakemobilegames.com on January the 29th, 2015. I'm just going to put my camera down here and quickly because I'm in the middle of traffic in Guangzhou City and it's just an ocean of cars at the moment. It's really kind of crazy, so I hope you can see me okay anyway. But this video anyway, I wanted to talk just about an experience I had recently with some notice from Google and also from Apple app stores. So this is, let me turn that down a little bit. So this isn't like a tutorial video, it's just like a general sort of update. But basically we had a game on Google Play called Slays, and maybe a few of you had seen that on the website howtomakemobilegames.com. It's the background and it's that Ninja Girl game with the Ninja Girl icon. And we got a notice from Google and they said, hey, your content has been removed because of an IP infringement. So as a lot of you know, whenever I see an email from Google, my heart starts beating immediately because you know, Google, when it comes to cancelling accounts, you know, they've cancelled more accounts than they've had hot meals. So I was kind of worried about this, but anyway, they said, so it's been removed because of an IP infringement. Now, I don't know what IP it's infringing. This game was developed by, it's under our PandaTap Games business, and it's developed by one of our Chinese development partners. And they said, hey, you can appeal it. So you can appeal the removal. And I thought, okay, maybe it's because the accounts on iTunes and Amazon with Slays have a different name. And so I sent them through our agreement contract with the developer and said, yeah, we have rights to this game and so on. And then I also added a message that said, hey, if there's something else about the game, like the name or anything in the content in the game, like please let me know, you know, why, and then we'll do our best to fix it. And I honestly don't know what the problem was. We didn't develop it, or I didn't develop it. So I emailed them, and then Google, like 2 days later, got back to me and said, sorry, we've reviewed your appeal and it's been refused again. And for more details, see the original email. So they didn't tell me anything. It's so stupid. They didn't tell me what was the problem. You know, we could have like 100 guesses, because the problem is when you upload a game, sometimes you might be infringing some rights, but you don't know, because there's like a million games on Google Play and iOS and Amazon, whatever. So, but the thing is, that what bothered me about it was the communication. Well, it just wasn't there. It was just, you know, when it comes to Google Play, you know, I know they're a huge company and they have tens of thousands of developers to deal with and to communicate with, so they've not got the manpower. But it's like a black box, if you know what I mean. It's like there's no communication. There's no like, oh, hey, you know, Bob, can you tell me what this problem is? It'd be great for us to fix it. And, you know, we didn't realize it was a problem, and we can have this communication. And I love companies like that. It's one of the reasons I kind of praise Chartboost as well, because our communication with them always seems really good. So Chartboost, if you're listening, big thumbs up, guys. But yeah, with Google Play, it's just a black box, and you know, it's like we appealed, and I gave this nice letter, and I gave the agreement document as well, and I said, hey, if there's any problem, please let us know. Well, no, nothing, just a robotic reply that just said, oh, we've reviewed it, and they couldn't even tell me what the problem was. Now, I spoke with the developer later, and they said it might have been one of the characters. I also checked, I did a little bit of further research, and there is a music album called Slays, so it might have been that problem as well. I didn't know about that before, because when we were searching around for the name, I was just searching on games. I wasn't searching on like albums and music as well. So it's no problem for us to update it, but they just said no, and now it's cancelled, and now I'm not going to upload it again. So anyway, but in contrast to that, we had an issue recently with another IP notice on Apple from like years and years ago. But the cool thing is with Apple, and this is why I like Apple more, is because I got like a personalized email, you know, from Apple, and it was also, I also got CC'd from the company that had made the rights claim, And I was able to CC them back and email them and say, hey, sorry guys, we weren't aware of it, and we've changed it, and we've removed it from sale, and any update in the future we'll make sure not to do, not include your name or whatever, or the keywords that you have the rights to. So it was no problem, and they CC'd and they emailed back and they said, okay, please consider this case now closed. Great, no problem, and everything's fine, and I don't think there's any red flags on the account. But with Google, man, it's just like this black box. So, if anybody at Google is like listening, Google Play specifically, not Google.com, it would, I think it would be, it would be awesome if there was a little bit more open communication with developers. Not just this black box robot thing that we always have to respond to, and it almost feels like the same with AdMob sometimes, which again is why I praise Chartboost Ads and smaller companies like AppLovin, because I speak with people one-to-one. It's great. The feedback is, please make the communication a little bit more human, a little bit more open. Now I know there's tens of thousands of developers and a lot of like how can we say it, like I can't think of the word, but the bad accounts, people on there who are trying to just like scam Google Play or use bots or whatever it may be. But perhaps those developers out there who, maybe if they pay like a little bit extra per year, they could opt in to have like some one-to-one communication. I would be totally okay with that. If they say it's like, I think it's $25 a year. If they said it's $50 a year and you also get some communication with one of their people or that side if there's any problems, that would be cool. I would totally be up for that. The second thing that I would love Google to do is an opt-in review check before a game goes live or before an update goes live. Now, as a lot of you know, Apple and Amazon, when you send your game to them, they do a review and they check it's okay. And Apple's pretty strict with that. They do take a longer time, and it's like 12 days to get the game live. But honestly, with Google Play, I would totally opt in for that. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I would do that. I'd say, yes, I would like to have this check to make sure there's no problems before it goes live, and then that's sort of like a barrier to any large problems later. Now, I know that doesn't guarantee like, oh, later there's going to be no problems, but it would save us so much trouble, and it would make a cleaner store as well, in my opinion, because I know Google wants to keep a clean app store and remove like a lot of craps and malicious, that's the word I was looking for, malicious apps from their store. So I would totally opt in for that, and I would be okay to pay like an extra, like $20 a year or whatever it may be for that feature to be included in our account. I'm going to take a right here, guys, a little, if I can. It's just an ocean of cars right now that I'm trying to negotiate around. So so that's my 2 points to Google. If any of the Google Play team are listening, that's just what I think, and it would be great to see those things. For the developers out there, the guys on the channel and howtomakemobilegames.com, my opinion is, or my feedback is, just be very, very careful with what you're doing. Don't copy famous games. Don't try to use their keywords too much. Don't try and mimic anything, really, because it will bite you in the ass like later down the line. You might get a few hundred downloads. You might make some extra money or have some good downloads in the beginning, but long term, it's not going to work. It's not a long-term business model, because more and more companies now, especially from the bigger developers, are claiming rights on games, and of course they should. That makes sense.
Please keep left 150
so just be careful with that, guys, with your images, with your names. Do a check before you make the game live. Try not to clone. Obviously you can clone game mechanics. That's not a problem. Nobody owns a game mechanic. But try not to, mimic the imagery and make it look like some other game, including the name as well. So be careful with that. That's all the feedback I have right now. So anyway, I want to know if anyone had the same experience. It'd be great to know if anybody got any after their app or game on Google Play had been reinstated after you made an appeal, or was it just this black box situation that I seem to always run into? or did it happen with Apple? Because for ours and Apple, it didn't happen. A story I heard, I think it was last year, after Candy Crush Saga, King.com, they said they now own the rights to Candy, and they started claiming on games. I think it was a guy who owned a slots game, and he had the word Candy in the title, and I don't know if he was trying, how close it was mimicking Candy Crush Saga, but that was basically, all of his money was just in that one game, and he was making pretty good money for just an independent developer, a single developer really, and they just closed it down straight away, and it's game over for his business, and it's probably going to be very hard for him to pick up to that position again. So you've really got to spread out the risk, guys. I've said it a million times, and I keep on saying it to myself as well. You know, have a system in place. Make sure you've got backup. Make sure you've got backup capital as well. If I'm anybody out there who's a small studio or even a big studio, make sure that you've got the money in the bank, so that if you do have any of these you know, huge hits, not hits, wrong word, sort of, how can I say, like blowbacks on your account or one of your games, then at least you've got some backup as well. And that's just like a basic business thing that anyone should do. So, but let me know, guys. Please please subscribe if you like this video. I hope that you could hear it okay. I hope that you could see me okay. I'm going to upload this later. If you are on YouTube, I'm sorry I'm not responding to comments anymore, but you can come and speak to me and give me questions or comments on howtomakemobilegames.com. Just look for Martin's developer dev blog section. It's the top one, and I post all the videos there and I answer all the questions there. But yeah, please like, guys, please subscribe. Thank you for all the support, and I'm going to speak to you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.